All right, welcome back. It's still the weekend politics. Great moment there with the special advisor Inter-Party Affairs, Honorable Nkoyo O2, and she wrapped it up very well. That look, go get your PVCs and get a leader, a councillor, a chairman of your choice. So once Crosshead would release that timetable, ensure that you get yourself ready. Now, talking of Crosshair, they have the core mandates to conduct local governance election. And I have joined me Honorable Magnus Ntui. He is a political affairs analyst and also SSA to the governor on environment. Honorable Ntui, so good to have you join us. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having me and happy new month.
It's the same to you. And it's been a while. We had you on the show. It's been a while.
I've been on the field now working.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so let me start by congratulating you on your recent appointment by His Excellency. Well deserving. Okay, now let's start. Let's look at Crosshair. The body has been constituted, and we've seen a very a man full of capacity, being the chairman of Crosshair. I'd like you to talk to us. His Excellency a few weeks ago constituted that commission. What's your thought on that?
Well, you know, His Excellency is a man that is for the people, and that is why his mantra is people's first. And he believes so much on the grassroots. And to set the ball rolling, he came up with the constitution of the CrossSec. And since the constitution of the CrossSec, as you can see, the atmosphere is very tense. Like in my local government, we have, even though some of them are just aspirant on the social media, we have over 15 of them already with their posters on the social media that contest the election. So the atmosphere is very tense because people believe so much that the local government is the nearest to the people. So we thank His Excellency for setting the ball rolling.
Okay, now let's take you to the streets where a lot of allegations, a lot of talks are coming. That so many aspirants coming up now, party irrespective, of party inclination, is because of the autonomy. So I'm very sure you've heard that. Are we far away from because you said some of them are social media, aspirants. Having 15 from your local government shows that. But let's get to talk on that. Is it true that because of the local government autonomy, financial autonomy, that a lot of these guys are coming out to also test the waters, as it were, in 1999?
But it's very obvious. You can see it. It's very obvious. This is the first time, like I'm using my local government as a case study. It's the first time you're having about 15 candidates in a local government election. It has never been like that before. So everybody wants to enjoy the benefit of local government autonomy. But I think it's far away from that because it's not about the autonomy. It's about those who are ready to serve. Some people, they just want to come out because of their selfish interests. But I think it's not going to be business as usual. So everybody wants to contest, wants to win election because of the local government autonomy benefit. Some people say, it's now 4 years. I'll be in office for 4 years, like the state government and the federal government. So it's a good thing. It's a welcome development.
Okay. Now, last year, May 29th of May 2023, His Excellency came on board with the mantra, the people's first, And what kind of local government chairman do you think Cross Riverians would love to see? In less than a year, we've seen what His Excellency has done at the state level. Now, local government being the closest to the people, what kind of local government chairman do you think Cross Riverians would really desire to see?
Like I just mentioned, it's not about coming out. It's about the people that which of the aspirants have the people at heart, which of them are ready to serve. The governor is someone that is ready to serve. He did not come to amass wealth for himself. He just came to serve the people, and that is why whatever he's doing, he consider the people first. So we expect that the local government should consolidate on that. So anybody that is coming out to serve the people at the local government level should be ready to serve. not to amass wealth for him or herself. So I think the people will be very careful in selecting who rule them at the local government level.
Now we know that things are very expensive. Now we remember the APC in 2023 when they sold their presidential form for 100 million naira, and some Nigerians had raised eyebrows as regards the high cost of that. Do we also see maybe because those are restricted to political parties? Do we think that high cost of forms, irrespective of the political party, would deny the candidates that are indeed ready to serve the opportunity? And what should political parties do in that regard?
The political parties, I think I can speak for my party. I'm a member of APC. I think the rate will not be high, it will be just moderate, so that a common man who has the good intention to serve the people be able to afford it. I heard some parties, they are trying to make theirs very high, as high as 10 million naira for intern form for a local government chairman. So I don't think those kind of people are ready to serve. You can imagine if somebody can spend that kind of amount of money for just intern form, then they want to recover his money first. He's not ready to serve the people, just to amass wealth. But I think for APC, I can't tell for now, but I know that the party will make it in such a way that a common man can afford the intern form.
Now let's look at the political parties we have. We know in Cross River State or in most parts of Nigeria, there are the three major parties: the APC, PDP, and Labour Party. Do you see the level of preparedness from this political party as far as this local government election is concerned?
Well, you don't listen to the SA in the party. And for my comment, I know she has been doing a lot as far as Cross River State is concerned. I've been following up with her program, trying to put everybody together. I actually don't know the party she comes from, but I think to be the first Labour Party, to be the first female to handle that office, it means that she's full of capacity. And from what I'm saying, I think some parties are not really ready for the local government election. Maybe they believe that because APC is on ground, so there's no point coming up as opposition. Even as this evening in my local government, a lot of people are moving from PDP to APC. So I'm very sure that before the election, there might not be an opposition. So people are moving from other parties because the governor is performing. So they believe that there is no point forming an opposition. So rather they should form alliance with the government of the day. So I don't think that there will be any opposition. But if you go through the social media, you will see Labour Party or PDP. You will see any candidates. I've not seen, I don't know if you have seen any, but for me, I think I've not seen any. So it shows that the party is, the governor of the day is doing very well, and everybody wants to form alignment with alliance with the party of the day, which is APC. So Cross River is APC.
So I'll come to that issue of defection. I mean, we had the big one last week Sunday when the former PDP House of Assembly candidate moved. But let me quickly find out. Now, the last time we had an elected officials across the 196 political wards in Cross River State, and the 18 local government was on the 3rd of June 2023 when that tenure elapsed. The last guys that led the 18 councils. Now, let's look at those that are coming in. What do you think should be their role, in collaborating with the state government to ensure that His Excellency the Governor fulfills the people's first mantra?
I think first of all, I have to be very, very sincere whatever statement I'm making. This coming local government election, I'm very sure that His Excellency, if he has his way, any words that wants his people to lead them, irrespective of the party, because what the governor is doing is going across all the parties. It's not being self-centered to say APC must take over. If you have a good candidate, so it's kind of a word of encouragement. Other parties, if they have credible people, they can contest. And I'm very sure that the election will be free and fair. There's nothing like rigging because the governor is for everybody. And I think whoever is going to come on board must be ready to serve, to do the right thing. Because we always have this issue of somebody can be a local government chairman, for instance, in Akampa, but is living in Calabar. He's not close to the people. So I think for this coming election, if we will consider a chairman or a councillor that will be with them, very close to them. And I think, I'm very sure that after this election, the governor will instruct every local government chairman or councillor to fall back to their people, not ruling Ugoja from Calabar or ruling Ikom from Calabar. That has been the case before now. So this time around, it's going to be something very different.
Okay. Now, let's look at something. When the Supreme Court, ruled that autonomy should go back to the local government, a lot of law lords, a lot of political analysts came up to talk down on that judgment, that ruling. They came up with the fact that some local government chairmen are very corrupt. Taking back to 1999, it got to a point that some chairmen could not even pay the salaries. That got to a point where the state government had to, take it off from them. Now, how do we handle this? When a full financial autonomy is given to local government chairmen, how do we check all of this to ensure so that we do not have a state where the state workers are doing pretty well and the local government workers are suffering because some sort of financial autonomy was given to the government chairman and they abuse it? So how do we handle the issue of corruption? How do we handle the issue of financial embezzlement and all of that?
Have you not heard in this country where a local government chairman is being impeached and removed from office as a result of corruption? So it's very clear. Like somebody will say that there are a lot of chairmen and councillors that will go to, not even councillors, chairmen will go to jail. Why are they saying that? Because there will be that close check on them. Some people feel that local government autonomy, they will get so much money and they can do anything. You must be accountable. Every money you receive from the federal government, you must account for it. And when you don't account for it, then you'll be ready to go to jail. So I think everybody will be very, very careful in terms of this autonomy. There will be a check. We have a financial institution that will do that. It's not politicians that will do that. We have the EFCC, the ICPC, there are other agencies that will check. I'm also sure that even the CS will check on every local government to ensure that people are doing the right thing.
Now let's look at party screening. A lot of times we hear of party politics, handling internal crisis. Now this is talking across board, not addressing the APC. Now this is talking across board. Let's look at the screening process. Some, popular candidates do not emerge. Some might emerge as a result of which I'll come there. Financial inducement. Now let us look at how do we ensure political parties. I would have really asked the essay the party this. How do we ensure that political parties do a proper screening to ensure the people that they are putting out to contest, are really coming from the grassroots?
Well, every party has their way of doing things. I would just urge them to allow internal democracy to take place. Because some people feel that they can buy their mandates. But I think it's not good for the system. Because a situation whereby you're not qualified and you're being given that mandate, you won't perform. So I think internal democracy should be allowed to play out. The most popular should be given an opportunity. I heard some people, of course, during election, there are a lot of propaganda, there are a lot of blackmail. There are people that will tell you that, I am governor's candidate. Yes, I'm the most, I'm coming from the governor. So I will tell you that I'm coming from the governor's wife. Because the governor's wife say, governor say it is me. Always that propaganda. The governor is a grassroots and he knows who is on ground. And I'm very sure and confident that the best will be given the mandates at all levels, from the councillor to the chairman.
Okay. Okay, so let me come up with this. Sometime in 2018, if I can get the date clear, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, then President of Nigeria, had signed the Not Too Young to Run bill into law.
Yeah.
Now, let's look at the young people. Do we see the young ones who have been agitating that they can also lead from the front? Do you see them coming on to be actively involved, not just as those going to vote, but those to be elected in the local government elections?
So many out there. So many. Like in my local government, you see people in their 20s, I mean their 30s, contesting for local government chairman. Though, like I said, most of them are on social media. We don't know when the time comes for screening, if you see them. So we have people at their early 30s running for local government chairman. That has never been the case in my local government. It used to be elders. But now you can see the youth coming out with full force. They want to take charge and do things differently. They believe that they can change the narrative, and I'm sure the governor will give them the opportunity to do that.
Okay, now one thing that we keep talking about is voter education, and this cuts across political parties, the National Orientation Agency, even what we're doing here. We can also help to educate our voters. What should we do in that direction?
Well, voters education is every man's business as far as election is concerned. To educate the people on how to vote, when to vote, where to vote, and when not to vote. We also need to encourage people that their votes will count. A lot of people don't like turning out during election because they believe that their votes can count. But I think gone are those days that people believe that their vote cannot count. Thank God for the leadership of our country today through President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that your vote can actually count. It happened in Cross River State. That is why in some places you saw opposition winning some position. So it means that your vote can actually count. So we need to go around and encourage people from the grassroots, from community, from polling unit, and let people know how to vote, and to let them also know that their vote can count, so that during the election they can come out their numbers to vote and defend their vote also.
Now, one thing we see, Honorable Ntui, is in what we saw in the last election was across Nigeria. We saw a high level of voter apathy, and especially when their candidates did not, succeed. So you hear words like, "I can't come out to vote anymore." How can we handle the issue of voter apathy as we build up to the Cross River State local government elections?
It's just what I just mentioned to you now. It's just to encourage the people, because there are certain person that has certain perception about election. So because of that, they don't turn out for election. But I think Cross River State is a state where election have been done free and fair, irrespective of your political party. Like you go to House of Assembly in Cross River State, it's not a one-way thing. The National Assembly in Cross River State is not one way. We have House of Rep from Labour Party. We have Senator from PDP. But it's a APC state. So Cross River State is a different state entirely, where the people's vote counts. And we try to encourage people that they should come out and vote, that their vote will always count, and they should defend them. Of course, there won't be violence in this local government election. So some people might be afraid of coming out because they are afraid of, being harassed or molested. But I think in Cross River State, in this cross-sec, through the leadership of the chairman of CrossSec, I think the election will be free and fair. And of course, what the SA Interparty is also doing, trying to talk to all political parties. I think with this we'll have a level playing ground for everybody.
Now, if you were to advise, would you ask that political parties would present their candidates for debate? We've never had it here in Nigeria.
Honestly,
we've never had it here in Nigeria. So
no, we have it in Nigeria.
I mean, not
in
I mean,
Cross River State.
When I say Nigeria, I don't mean at the level of presidential. I remember when Atiku walked out, even after he was being tamed, he walked out. And now I'm talking of Cross River State has always been the state known for first. So we can see a moment where we have debate, we have those that are coming to be led, ask questions.
For me, if I have my way, please start with my local government. You start with Akangba, because it's as if to be a chairman or to be a chairperson, it's as if it's a child's play. If I have my way, I'll put all of them to debates. Where they will be talking to the people, tell the people what are your plans, what do you intend to do differently, because it's as if election is just for anybody can contest, or for children. Somebody can just sleep and wake up and come out with a poster and say I want to contest. I would like to bring all of them in Akangba. We are even working on that in Akangba local government.
We like to partner with you.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. We want to collaborate with CRBC, and we are looking at AIT channels and all other social media to witness it, so that they talk to us, talk to Cross River area, talk to your local government. The people you want to rule, tell them what you have for them, how you intend to rule them. Because it's not about picking the ticket and after that you go and sleep in your house. Like I said, many of them, they don't go to their local government. They don't stay there. They come and stay and be enjoying their lives in Calabar, living their local government like that. So I think this debate is very, very important.
Great. Now let's quickly find out women participation in the upcoming elections. In the last administration of Saben Ayade, the last chairman that left their seat in June, we saw 3. We saw Esther Bassi, Calabar South.
Yes.
We saw 4. We saw Dubangi, Justin Idem. We saw Biase, Ada Charles. Yes. Then we had the Obanliku, the evangelists. We had 4 of them. Now, let us look at. Can we see more of the women, in the local government elections? And how ready are the women for this as well?
The women are very ready. In my local government, we have about 3 or 4 of them.
Aspirants.
Female aspirants for the office of the chairman. So the women are very ready. And I'm sure if some of them are given opportunity, they will do better. Like in Cross River State, there's a rumor ongoing, which I don't want to toe that line, because I don't know if it is true or not, that the government of the day wants to have at least 2 female chairmen in all the 3 senatorial districts.
Okay.
So for me, I don't know how true is that, but I know that in this local government election, some local government women will be involved, but I don't know and I cannot predict the local government. So we encourage women to contest. The ones that wish to contest, they can go ahead to contest once they have what it takes to be a local government chairman. You're not just saying that because I'm a woman or because a woman have never been a local government chairman in my local government, I must come and contest. It's not about that. It's about how prepared you are to serve the people, because it's not business as usual.
That's right. Now, before I let you go and also do a wrap on the show, now I'd like to find out, for those that are aspiring to be chairmen and councillors, like if I should use your word, those that are also social media aspirants, in all of that, those as far as they have the showed intent to run, what should they consider? What should be the most critical issues facing local governments that you want to advise them?
For me, what they're even doing on social media is illegal, because the party have not come up with a guideline or a timetable. The party at the moment is still waiting for CrossSec to come out with their schedule for the local government, and once they do that, the party will not come out with its own timetable. So whatever anybody is doing on social media, I don't even want to believe. But I think anybody that wants to contest as a local government chairman have to be somebody that is honest, God-fearing. Because if you are not God-fearing, you will see money and you will be carried away. Because that is the focus. That is what they have in mind. Local government autonomy, so much money. In fact, somebody was even telling me, do you know that in July when the FAR came out with their assembly that the local government can have up to 312 million naira? When some people hear that, they'll be carried away. So there are a lot of quality you need to consider from in the candidates before you give him that mandate. And I'm very, very sure, especially in my local government, because I cannot speak for Calabar South or other 17 local government, but I know in Akampa, it's not going to be easy. It must be somebody that is willing to serve the people and to do things differently. You know, like you forgot to mention, you wanted to talk about
defection.
In Akampa.
We saw colleagues and the one that happened to
yes.
you. Talk to us just about a minute or two.
Okay, last week, of course, you see the life of my brother and friend Collins was in the other party and now moving to APC. And that same day, they had about 3 wards. Akampa, Oban, Mbarakom, and Awi. Serious defection. And today again, in one of the wards closer to mine, Ojo South, at a popular place called Aninaje in Akampa, the former House of Assembly candidates for PDP just defected today to the APC. If I had opportunity, I would have shared the pictures with you so that their members can also see the ones that are left. So because I'm very sure before the election there will be no PDP or Labour Party in Akampa and even in Cross River State because the governor is doing very well and everybody is happy with what the governor is doing.
So real quick, let's get your message for Cross Riverians as regards the upcoming local government elections.
Every local government should go for the best candidates and voters should come out on election day to vote because their vote will count. There won't be any imposition of candidates in any local government, as some people are claiming that they are governor's candidate or Her Excellency candidates. So go and work for your mandates.
Thank you so very much. Go and work for your mandate. Honorable Magnus Ntui is a political affairs analyst and SSA to the governor on environment. Thank you so very much. And we indeed have to bring you more when the pressure of politics keeps increasing so that we can sap more from your political wealth of intellect. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
And this is where we have to say our dues on the show tonight. It's been a big one. We still have 4 Sundays to go in September. Now, let me let you know this. Whatever it is that you're doing, think Cross River. Make sure you contribute your own quota to ensure that we have a good Cross River of our dream. Let's do this again next week, Sunday, God willing. Till then, my name is Joseph Ian. Good night.